I'm Ted. This is the Real Ted G podcast. Thanks for joining us. I have my co-host, Bing.
Howdy.
All right. So we're racking our brain. We're racking our brain for topics. So I said, Bing, what's a hot topic that we could talk about? And apparently you had something very interesting to say.
Yeah, so a lot of podcasts. And
you told me every podcaster.
Okay, almost every podcaster talks about OnlyFans girls and OnlyFans. And for those of you that live under a rock or are in Iraq, it's...
Even I know what an OnlyFans happens to be because I know of it.
Okay. Well, it's where people can sell their private parts for money. And originally, OnlyFans wasn't supposed to be that, but there's been a trend.
Oh, really? Cool.
No, it was supposed to just
hear
be
history.
So what OnlyFans was supposed to be was like for people like me and you that have content like this, right? If we wanted to create exclusive stuff that people had to pay for on a monthly basis, we would make money from that by creating special videos and episodes and stuff for those people.
Oh,
that's what
for OnlyFans.
For OnlyFans.
So someone that almost likes what I have to say, here's more tidbits or
for you.
Tidbits just for you, but you're paying. So I'm not going to share this with everybody. I'm sharing it for people that are actually committed.
Yes.
So put a ring on it.
Put a ring on it. Exactly.
If you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
What happened was, so the OnlyFans, it was tax-free, because there wasn't any tax structure attached to the website. But now because of, so that's why a lot of sex workers went to OnlyFans because they could make money digitally.
So sex worker, you mean people that were in a field where they actually sold their body for money?
Yes.
Okay. Julia Roberts. Well, you know what I meant.
Pretty Woman.
Yes. In Pretty Woman. And the part that I don't know if I have to be, it's a very Kardashian moment. It's like, are you impressed with the Kardashians, with Kim Kardashian, of how much money she generates as a brand, which is an amazing accomplishment, and at the same time, she does not necessarily know how to sing. She does not necessarily know how to sing, dance.
She just fucked the right dude.
Well,
and extorted him.
Oh, see, I don't know any details. I never watched the Kardashians.
So what happened
was...
Watch
your language.
But listen,
you think I'm kidding?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but so with what happened was she was hooking up with this, I think, basketball player, sports guy, whatever, and she was like, oh, well, there's a sex tape that we made and I'm gonna put it online if you don't give me money. And he's like, yeah, right, scratch. And he put the sex. She put the sex tape.
She was famous because of her mother, her stepfather, and the family and the TV show.
Mildly, but what propelled her to fame was the sex tape.
Oh, okay.
And how she released it and how she had sex with this guy.
Those aren't getting out anytime soon.
Oh my god.
Probably take away my fame.
Oh my god.
Don't lower the viewership.
Lower the viewer. Oh my god.
You think I'm robotic on this show? So, well, anyway, back to my real point. So. I've had some social conversations with people that not are in the industry, but some people have spoken to me, and apparently there's a lot of money that happened. A lot of money is earned by these people on an OnlyFans page.
It can be
hundreds of thousands of dollars,
sometimes millions
a month.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hundreds of dollars a month.
We've gone from Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman earning $3,000 for a whole freaking week. That's a whole week. Mm-hmm. And yes, it was 1989.
And that's where you have to actually have sex with the person. A lot of these girls, what they do is...
But no kissing on the lips, remember that.
No kissing on the lips.
So Pretty Woman and real estate go hand in hand. I can quote Pretty Woman for almost all different aspects of advice. No kissing on the lips. Don't make it personal. When we're in a transaction, we don't make it personal. It's more, we're in it to facilitate the transaction. We can't want it more than they do. It's the buyer is buying a house, the seller is selling a house. Maybe that was a little too much real estate on the topic of sex workers.
Yeah.
So, but back to Julia Roberts. So even if I took into account the rate of inflation, her $3,000, I could multiply it by 100, and it would 300,000. Oh, not my. So would it be the equivalent to 30,000 or 300,000? Right now, OnlyFans seem to be more like, easily rake in 300,000, and this is tax free.
No, now it's not tax free. It used to be.
I was wondering what my accountant
so what happened was, but the thing is with OnlyFans, the difference between OnlyFans and regular prostitution is that you just take pictures or videos of yourself where if you do engage in sexual acts, it's usually with someone they know. So it could be a boyfriend, it could be a friend, partner, fellow content creator.
Oh.
Now, the real question is, a lot of people on podcasts, what they talk about is this real work?
Well, it generates an income, and technically they pay taxes, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Isn't that?
I just like.
So where does everyone chime in on this? Tell me.
I don't think it's. A lot of people don't think it's work, or some people will think it's work, and the argument usually starts because half the room is like, "No, this is real work" because of what you said, and then there's people like me that doesn't really think it's real work because I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, you can get taxed on it. Yes,
Did we consider prostitution real work?
No, I don't consider it real work.
Oh, okay. So if someone's, I'm not even chiming in on this because I really have not.
Oh, so I gotta just take all the heat off.
But if someone actually equates prostitution as real work, then OnlyFans would be considered real work.
Well, then drug dealing would have to be real work too.
Right. But if someone doesn't consider prostitution real work, then I guess OnlyFans would not be real work. So it's just a recreational thing that creates an income.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so it's like followers and influencers.
Yeah, it's not anything of serious value to society.
Do we consider influencers real work?
No, I don't consider.
They make an income, right?
They make an income, but I don't think it's real work. It doesn't really serve a purpose except for themselves. I mean, they make their money. Go make your money, but I don't. It's not the same as someone that is promoting a brand for like a company or building roads and bridges or teaching children or enforcing the law. Those are real jobs that require skill, and you're an attractive woman or man and you get a video camera, usually your iPhone, and then you sell yourself for the price of a cheeseburger.
They don't even get lighting and cameras?
They don't really. I mean, there are people that do get lighting and cameras.
Wow.
Like those are usually the top whatever percentage, but like the average person, just usually most of them just use an iPhone and one of those lights that we got, and they're set. Maybe they'll get a camera like that if they're really dedicated to it. But there's not a lot of startup to it, and it doesn't really have any societal purpose. I mean, it's entertainment. It's like movie stars or actors. I mean, it's like, okay, they're entertaining, but should they get paid $60 million a year?
Well, well, yes, they should. If they can generate income and jobs for so many people by doing a movie and putting, 50, 60, $100 million into the economy, I definitely consider a movie star actual work.
No, that would be the people that are generating all that income, I think, would be the director, the person that wrote the script, the creatives behind it, and then the people, like the technical people.
Now, see, this is a real debate.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to commit to this. Really, though, and I'm sure, yes, the director, the writers, everyone has their part. But at the end of the day, if so-and-so's face and name is the reason $100 million worth of movie tickets were sold and movie theaters were able to stay in business because of that, and popcorn vendors stayed in business because of that, I think the movie star does have to get a big chunk of the credit.
I believe that they should get a chunk of the credit, but I don't think it should be significantly so much more to where the people that produce the show are forgotten about. Like, that's unfortunately one of the stigmas in entertainment, is that the people that set up the cameras, shoot, do the lighting, do the audio, do the editing, do the promotion, they're often the unsung heroes, and they're treated worse by people that are front-facing camera, that are talent. But
the talent is the one that, if you're going to badmouth a movie and it has a bad review, it's the talent that has to live with it. Not that I'd love to be cast in a movie.
That would be cool.
And I'm sure I'm gonna get like all those awards that say like the worst actor in the movie motion picture, get the really bad awards. I would love that.
Well, that's good marketing. Okay. That's good marketing, though.
Yeah, cast me in the worst movie ever, Sharknado 72.
Just be Adam Sandler and you're fine.
I met Adam Sandler once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was normal. So I had an internship at NBC. So I was at NBC Sports.
Wow.
And I would always go to the Saturday Night Live set. This is decades ago. My goodness, I was in college. Yeah, my last year in college, I landed this internship and I landed it because I was nice. I was nice. I was not talented. I was in a couple of acting courses, and no one wanted to partner up with this one student And I was like, I'll just partner up with him. How bad could he be? He was going to school to be a newscaster. And I was like, And then he said, hey, do you want this internship? He had already done it, but he was on very good terms with the actual person in charge. It was actually working for technically Bob Costas at the time at NBC Sports.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, I'm in NBC. So my only thing I think I did it every Friday. Every Friday I'd be like, I know where the Saturday Night Live set is. So I'd go downstairs and like just hang around the hallway. Right now, probably borderline stalker material. But I said hello to Cameron Diaz.
Okay.
Yes. Adam Sandler was in the building. He was already a big star by this time too. Anyway, you get to see a few David Spade. So there were a few people that I got to say hello at, and I guess again, I should have been more real estate agent. Like, I'm Ted, and I'd love to, I don't know, ask for any tips. I don't know how you should ask. Hey, help
when
me
you're in
out.
college,
I don't
you
know
can't fault
anybody.
yourself for that.
Yeah. I don't know how you could sell. How you could sell, but that would have been Anyway, another life. So anyway, back to our topic of debate. Yeah, the movie star does deserve the money they make. I don't care what anyone says.
Fair enough. I listen, and it's not like an outlandish thing to say that, but it's just like,
sadly, even the Kardashians probably deserve the money that they make.
Okay, maybe the mom and the dad, but like the daughters, no shot.
You mean it from a strategy perspective, because obviously the mom and the dad,
they worked.
They
worked for that.
Yeah, well, the dad.
The dad was an Olympic.
No,
athlete.
that's the stepdad. The dad was one of the Dream Team attorneys.
Oh yeah, then absolutely, you're an attorney.
That's where he made his real money. That's why they lived in Beverly Hills.
Right.
But the mom, strategy. What's her name? Kris Jenner.
Crystal Jenner.
Yeah. So she branded it, I guess, strategy-wise. But they do create and generate an income. And anything that keeps money into the economy is, not a bad thing, I guess.
It's not a bad thing.
I've never seen one episode. I've never seen it.
I haven't either. Yeah. I just don't. It's just more like, if you're not doing anything that's like thought-provoking, intellectual.
Well, now, not that I don't want to be on a soapbox or anything, but here this is the only thing that I would say. They elevate themselves to this status. And I don't know. I have not followed them. I don't know. Have they, like, wouldn't someone say, well, let me better society. Let me take that into account. Let me use this fame. Not so much, it's okay. A lot of people can be rich and a lot of people can be crazy, super rich. Doesn't mean you have to donate millions of dollars, although a lot of super rich people do. But let me elevate society. Like, do they do anything charitable? I'm aware of nothing. So, but is it like, do they go out of their way for, I don't care.
Like, if I won the lot, like, there's people, like, if they won the lottery and they got $300 million, they didn't do anything to win that. That's not real work to get that. They generated the income, but you did it doing nothing. Now, if you donated it, if you opened a business, if you did something meaningful with it, that's different.
Some kind of crazy charity and you elevated and made the charity, like you took a $10 million nest egg and you made that charity generate hundreds of millions of dollars towards anything from cancer research to helping the homeless, anything. Now you actually are generating something. So, so there's different ways to be famous.
There definitely is. And, it's one thing if you, like, if you use your ill-begotten fame or your random stroke of luck to actually do something positive, yeah, that's cool. But if
I'm
you
assuming that these OnlyFans people that generate hundreds of thousands of dollars
don't donate money.
They don't donate crap. Even though if they set up the right corporation and made the right donations, they would probably benefit on their taxes.
They probably would, but they're not smart like that. They're just doing it they're like, oh yeah, quick money. And that goes back to what we were talking about too, where a lot of people just want to get rich quick and leave it behind. That's unfortunately a plague in my generation, and my generation is making up the ranks of these OnlyFans people, even some of the millennials.
Who do you think is generating the income? I mean, obviously the OnlyFans, millennial, and Generation Z are the subject, but who's paying?
Oh, everyone within Generation Z to the boomers is paying for it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of men that pay for it too. So it's really the fault of, and this is the thing too, a lot of people do complain about OnlyFans, but those are the same people that are messaging those girls, paying for that content. What a completely
different audience. And yet I believe for film, the income for film, I think, is primarily generated between certain ages. I think it's like the 14 to 22-year-olds. Right?
Film.
Like who goes to movies,
I would say it's...
not the 67-year-old men.
No. It really isn't. You know, when I do go to a movie theater, it's mostly from high school age to to college and mid-20s.
Yeah.
You really think about it.
Yeah. Unless you go to see Oppenheimer. Then you see the 45-year-olds.
You know what? I can't even argue against that because you're right. I went to see Oppenheimer.
I'm not really wrong that often, right?
You're not wrong that often,
Correct.
no.
Am I right or am I right?
You're right. I'm going to say you're 100% right on this because I saw a couple of gray-headed people walk up out of that audience. Because most people my age don't know who Oppenheimer is.
I don't know who it is either. I'm very
get out of
very
here.
beyond the
Do you want
times.
to take a guess? It would.
Go ahead, tell me.
I am become Death, Destroyer of Worlds. The guy who created the atomic bomb.
Destroyer of Worlds. I saw that in a comic book movie.
I am become Death, Destroyer. Yeah, they took the quote from him.
Yeah.
J. Robert Oppenheimer said after the
So I know
successful
what he did. I just didn't really. My history lesson. My history teacher must be rolling around in his grave.
He's living
He
cathartically
rolled around
through
his
me.
grave when I like scored the second highest test on the AP exam. And he even said, "I never even thought you read the book." I said, "I didn't."
I didn't. I just used my brain.
Can't argue with that. I didn't read the book. I didn't read my history book. My American history AP.
AP US.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah. Have no idea how I took that exam.
I don't think any AP kid. I was an AP too. I don't know how I took that either. I don't think any AP kid. And it's so funny because I didn't study for my test either. And I remember all the kids studying for their tests getting like 3s, maybe 4s. And then I'm over here with a 5. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm good. Like, I woke up today. Like,
It was a fun time.
me and you were smart, man. But I'll tell you what. I mean, like that movie.
No, if I was smart, I would have read the book.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you were smart, you would have read the book, but you're intelligent. So that's why you didn't need to.
No, I'm resourceful.
Resourceful.
all I am.
Well, what's the difference between resourceful and intelligence? Isn't it like the same thing?
No, resourceful means you use what you have, or and you turn it into what you need. Intelligence is you have it. You know, if you're intelligent, that's great. You know, you usually use knowledge and your brain power to attain success. Maybe I'm a little intelligent, but
I think to be resourceful, you need to be intelligent. Because most people that aren't intelligent won't have that resourcefulness to figure out, like, okay, like I have this, garbage equipment. Like, let's just say our podcast didn't have all this cool stuff, and all we had was a laptop from 2005 and a pair of headphones. If you weren't intelligent, you'd be like, I just need a, we're just not going to do this. There's no way this will work. But if you were, intelligent and resourceful, you'd find a way to make it work.
yes, I think we could.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a very small budget for this.
Yeah.
We still have a small budget for this.
We definitely do.
Yeah, I am in my office right now.
Yeah, but this is the coolest podcast studio I have been in, though. Even though it is your office, it's still a podcast studio in its own right.
Next topic, we're going to discuss my first podcast at a podcaster studio.
Dope.
But so thanks for joining us on our OnlyFans discussion. Nope, I cannot ask you to join me in my OnlyFans account because I do not have one. I prefer being able to pay my bills because I know how much money I'd make on OnlyFans. I'd have an OnlyFans.
Well, most OnlyFans accounts kind of operate the same way as podcasts do, where they don't generate any money or they fail within 6 months. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
So we always hear the crazy success stories.
Never the failures.
All right. Well, here you're able to hear the failures. So I'm the real Ted G. I'm the real Ted G. Thanks for joining us. You can reach us on the Real Ted G podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.